Hi students, this is the chapter that is entrepreneurship development. So in this chapter we'll study about entrepreneurship development, how about a introduction and history about entrepreneurship and concepts, definitions and characteristics of an entrepreneurship and qualities of a successful entrepreneur and functions of an entrepreneur and entrepreneurship development. So, in entrepreneurship development, meaning characteristics of entrepreneurship, process of entrepreneurship development, and recent initiatives in entrepreneurship development. So, what are the changes happened? Those are like a start of India, stand up India, agro tourism, and intrapreneur. So, summary and access. These are the things we are going to study about entrepreneurship development. So, next is now we will study about entrepreneurship introduction. So, introduction. Entrepreneurship is a full-time job which requires dedication and hard work. Entrepreneurs are innovators, they are owners, producers, market creators, decision takers, and risk takers. Entrepreneurs are referred to as fourth factor of production, along with the other factors such as land, labor, and capital. They generate employment opportunities, though, so they are the backbone of nation's economic progress. They play a very important role in the development of any country. So, entrepreneurship as the process of designing, launching, and running a new business, which is often initially a small business, or as the capacity and willingness to develop, organize, and manage a business venture along with any of its race to make profit. The people who create these businesses are often referred to as entrepreneurs. While definitions of entrepreneurship typically focus on the launching and running of business due to the high risk involved in launching a startup and a significant proportion of startup business have to close due to lack of funding, bad business decisions and economic crisis. So these are the concepts will matter in the startup, the new entrepreneurship. So entrepreneurship is the backbone of the nation, right? Economic progress. And so fourth factor of productions are land, labor, and capital. So so entrepreneurship means so they start the business like if the floor mill they have started the business for that also we can he start the floor mill business for that also we can call him entrepreneur. And if you open any laundry shop for ironing, so that person is also called by entrepreneur. And if the person is opened a big industry or a large industry, large organization, large company, for him also we can suppose the example, for example, Reliance and Starbucks or any shops or any big companies have started the business. So that for them also we can call entrepreneur. So entrepreneur is the he's the person, he's the owner and he's the producer and the market creator. He only create a market. So once he start the business, so he'll create a business for him and he'll create a employment for the employees. So job will create for the if the person is open any shop, so their job will create. So he's a decision taker and risk taker. Entrepreneurs are referred to as a fourth factor of protection. So this is a introduction part about entrepreneurship. So he's only is the investor, he is only the risk bearer. So next we'll see what is the history of entrepreneurship. In the early 16th century, the entrepreneur was used by Frenchmen to denote men leading in military expeditions. So around 1700 AD, the term was used in France for contractors or architects. So, by the early 18th century, the term was applied to business and economic activities by the French economist Richard Cantillon. So, in 1848, the famous economist John Stuart Mill described entrepreneurship as the founding of a private enterprise. This is entrepreneurship is a private enterprise. As far as India is concerned, several factors are responsible for the slow growth of entrepreneurship in pre-independent India. So before getting independence, so pre-independent India, at that time of independence, the industrial base of our economy was very poor because we are under the British. So the industries were facing many difficulties. So at that time, industries were facing many difficulties like shortage of raw material. So if they have more material, so they can go for the production, go for the manufacturing. If the shortage of raw material, they face the many problems by the entrepreneurs. So shortage of capital and marketing problems, etc. So however, the once they done manufacturing, there is a for manufacturing also there was a shortage of capital and there was a marketing problems also, like they don't have any media to marketing and for the advertising many things and from the newspapers. So marketing, from doing marketing also they faced many problems. So however, the Indian government is considerably enhancing the easy of doing business. So we'll see what are the concepts of entrepreneurship. So the concepts of entrepreneurs varies from industry to industry, country to country, as well as from time to time. So concepts are, it says that entrepreneur varies from industry to industry. So it will be vary from industry to industry and country to country as well as from time to time. So economists never had a consistent definitions of entrepreneur or entrepreneurship. The word entrepreneur comes from the French verb entreprendre. It means to undertake. It means entrepreneur means it is undertake the business. So entrepreneur is a person who starts a business and is willing to risk loss in order to make money. So the common keywords business and risk are interrelated. If there is no real business or risk, a person cannot be called as an entrepreneur. So many of them given us, so there was a not consistent definition for the entrepreneur or the entrepreneurship. So many are given some business concepts, some entrepreneur concepts. Those are like when there is a it's related to interrelated to risk, business and risk. If there is no real business and there is no risk, if there is no risk, a person cannot be called as an entrepreneur. And someone else says that the small businessman who has found newer neighborhood grocery shop is an entrepreneur. The founder of the startup laundry service across the street is an entrepreneur. The founder of the multi-billion Reliance company Co Limited, so with his high-tech world-leading application, is an entrepreneur. So, and again, the freelancing plumber who works for himself and unclogs your drains is an entrepreneur. So, entrepreneurship means the willingness of an individual to start a new business venture by taking risk and managing it in this technology enabled competitive global environments. So these and entrepreneurs are the people who have the courage to offer and to share an idea or a product or a service with the world. They try to make a market a better place where the needs of consumers can be satisfied. These are the concepts of entrepreneurship. So now we'll go to definitions. What are the definitions of given from the authors, that is for the entrepreneurship? So Howard Stevenson, a long-time professor at Harvard Business School, defines entrepreneurship is the pursuit of opportunity beyond resource control. Webster Dictionary gives a definition: an entrepreneur is a person who starts a business and is willing to risk loss in order to make money. So he has given the definition that entrepreneur is a person start the business. Any business, if it is a small business or a large business. He start a business and is willing to take, he is ready to take a risk and loss in order to make money. For making a money, so he's taking risk and he's taking loss in order to make money. So this is called entrepreneur. The Oxford English Dictionary defines an entrepreneur is a person who organizes and operates a business or business operates a business or business, taking a greater than normal financial risk in order to do so. So, according to English Dictionary defines that entrepreneur is a person who organize, who is taking the organize and operates, run the business and taking an greater than normal financial risk and taking a normal financial risk in order to do so, so make a money, so that is also called entrepreneur. So we'll see what is these all the definitions will say is that entrepreneur is a person who start a business and he is ready to take willing to take risk and loss, and he's the innovator and he is the owner of the company and he is the risk bearer. So these concepts will give as a definition of entrepreneur. So one who start the business, so for him will called entrepreneur. So what are the characteristics of an entrepreneur? So entrepreneur have some special characteristics like creative thinking. So what if the person is studying the business means, so there are some characters like he has to have creative thinking and imagination, enthusiasm and sincerity, etc. The characteristics of entrepreneur may be briefly stated as so these are the some characteristics they are given for the on entrepreneur. So first characteristics of entrepreneur is intellectual capabilities. An entrepreneur is a creative thinker. He has reasonably good intelligence, and companies view intellectual ability as one of the most valuable attributes in employees. This ability deals with the mental capabilities such as excellent memory, verbal comprehension, reasoning, analyzing, and problem solving, which are all important elements of workers' skill in companies. For example, a factory worker that saves the same piece of paint each hour and they requires minimal intellectual ability. An employee requires a higher level of intellectual skill. He must communicate with a different level of management and look for a creative ways to solve sales issues. He is also responsible for financial reporting, analysis, and sales presentations. If the CEO tailor, so he is if he stitch for the pants, he need a hour each hour, so he don't need to apply intellectual capabilities. But for the employees, he has to apply his skills and innovative ideas, and he has to report for the he has to report for the different branches, different managers, different employees. So this is about the intellectual capabilities. And the second characteristics is future vision. So the entrepreneurs, he has to see the future vision. So what is he has to think about the company, how is he has to think about the foresight of the future market situation, so how market situation is going on, so he has to have the idea about the market. So he should also have a knowledge and about external business environment. He should also have a knowledge about the external business means, so only is should not think about his how he is running the business and how much he can earning. So not only that one, so he has to think about a market, how what is the future market out, what is the future market situation, and he has to think about what is the external business environment, how it is going on. So he has to he should have some these ideas for the entrepreneur. So this will help him to take a proper decisions according to the situation and changes in the market. If he is having the proper decisions, so if he is having ideas about the future market situation, so he can change the situation according to he can change the his decisions according to the situation and changes in the market, so he can take a timely actions for the same. And hard work. Third one is hard work. So an entrepreneur is ready to work hard. It is more necessary when a new venture is started. If he started the entrepreneur started the new venture, new means the new shop, new business, he has to work hard. It is most necessary. He has to work for a long hours, and many times he has to handle the main areas of business independently. So this will make him successful. And technical knowledge. If an entrepreneur has a good technical knowledge about his business, the entrepreneur has the ability to update himself with the latest knowledge about the product, process, and technology, like coding. So if he has having a technical knowledge so that he can succeed his business, like coding is the skill for the employees, and wireframing and the cloud and big data and online accounting and bookkeeping. So communication, graphic designs, using stats and using communication and mobile, these he should be the proper in uh, these technologies, so that it will help him to the succeed a business where in a better manner. So these are the he should aware about the technical knowledge. And next is communication skills. So an entrepreneur needs to communicate with a different people, like a customers, suppliers, creditors, employees, etc. So he should communicate, he should have a communication skills, how to talk with employees, how to talk with the employees, how to talk with customers and the suppliers and the creditors, and how he has to talk with the employees. It will be vary from the customers to employees and for the suppliers. So he must be able to express his ideas and strategies effectively. It is necessary that there is a proper understanding between the sender and the receiver of the message. So he should have a communication skills so that he can send whatever he's saying, sending message, transferring message, that is from the sender to receiver, they have to make it understanding. So this is about communication skill. And highly optimistic, an entrepreneur has to always think positively. He's always hopeful and confident about the market situation, even in failure times also. So he has always be optimistic, highly optimistic. Like an entrepreneur has to always carry a negative positivity. And if it is a situation is worst, he has to be very confident about his business, and he has to always think about hopeful. He has to keep belief about the market situation in failure times also. So such positive attitudes helps him to run his business successfully. So, risk bearing capacity. Successful entrepreneur takes a calculated risks. He is ready to face challenges and always seeks new and more opportunities. He should build his risk bearing capacity also. So sometimes if the situation is worse, the market is down, he has he sh- I mentally has to prepare for the risk bearing also. He has to have that capacity, risk bearing capacity. And self confident, an entrepreneur has a self confidence. He has a positive desire to achieve his goals. Such self motivation keeps him strong and confident to face various obstacles. Like if he is having a self confidence, he can succeed his business, and that self confidence makes him some positive desires to achieve his goals. And such self motivation keeps him strong and confident to face various problems. So these are the characteristics of entrepreneurship. So he has to have these all the characteristics, like intellectual capabilities and future vision he has to see. And hard work, he should be work hard. And technical knowledge, he should have a technical knowledge. And you should be using good communication skills, and highly optimistic and risk bearing capacity and self confident. Then only he can run the business, and he can start the business and make it succeed the business in the market. So these are the characteristics of an entrepreneur.